All right, we are back from the break, and let's see. So, Finn and Lafdul, let me just go ahead and move you guys over here so that you're in a different spot. There we go. To indicate that you guys have headed off on your own. There we go. So you're over here now. All right, so Finn, you've turned into a parrot. You are invisible. And Lafdul, you are making your way on foot. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, Finn, since you can fly, and actually, let me see if I have a movement rate for a parrot. I imagine it's significantly faster, but I want to double check.
Probably like 24, isn't it?
I don't know.
Other bird forms are, I think, 33 and 36. So.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I don't know if parrots are quite the long flyers that those might be. Um, Either way, so what is your plan for the trip? Is your general procedure?
He's kind of flying a little ways ahead, seeing what's coming up ahead of him, and flying back. Keep tabs on him. And if
Okay.
there's anything he needs to know about, I'll land on his shoulder and tell him.
Okay. All right. So just kind of like periodically flying ahead and then coming back to him and flying ahead and coming back to him kind of thing?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I do not have stats for a parrot. Let's see.
It's no stats like a generic bird.
Birds are pretty different. However, there's yeah, I mean there's most of them are in the 30s ish, so that's probably fine.
It's like owl, raven, swan, vultures.
So, all right. So, yeah, I mean, and you'd be pretty maneuverable. I was just checking to see if there was a specific thing. If there isn't, I will just go with something fairly generic. All right. So, Finn, it's pretty easy for you to just fly ahead and come back. There's really not much to that. Periodically letting Lafdul know what's going on. For the
Mm-hmm.
most part, you don't see a whole lot initially, at least. They, uh, that the ground is pretty bland and bleak for the most part. You've got the mosses and the stone and everything like that. Occasionally, you'll see patches cleared away, almost in like pathways, not like a trail or a game path, but just like clearly something moved along here and just ingested the moss in a straight line kind of thing as it was moving. Um, but nothing particularly dangerous. Uh, After about 45 minutes from leaving the campsite, Lafdul, you do come to a cliff.
It's 75 now.
And it is 75?
Yeah, because 19 agility puts my climb rolls up by 5.
Okay. And wasn't it 65 before?
I have a base of 40 plus 5 from a level, plus another 5 from climb dagger, so that's 60. Wait. Hang on, this is the adjusted value. Yeah, no, it's my base score is 65 because you start at 60. I've only ever
Yeah.
put 5 points into it, so
Okay. And you don't get a modifier for
65
leather
plus
armor.
5. No,
Okay.
it's just flat. It's
So it's
plus 5 from a dagger, plus 5 from the
Okay.
19 agility.
All right. So you weren't taking into account the dagger before.
Should have been. Yeah, I was at 70, now I'm 75.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you told me 65 before. Okay. All right. So it's actually not as high. You think you might be able to jump it. Finn, you've scouted around and you don't notice anything clearly dangerous up on top when you've scouted. What would you be doing as Lafdul is, coming up to the cliff and kind of examining his options before making a decision on how he's going to get up there?
Well, until he's ready to start the climb, I'd probably sit on his shoulder and talk to him about it.
Okay.
I'd probably
And then
say
while
I'm
he's
going to try.
climbing, I'll just kind of circle above.
Okay.
If Old says I can jump it, I will try and jump it. Jump straight up.
Okay.
Might give myself a bit of a run jump.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh, nice.
And actually, Finn, when he makes a decision to do the jump, what would you then be doing?
Just fly above.
Okay. All right. So, Lafdul, you easily leap up. You feel yourself definitely propelled by those boots up to the top. Doing so has startled something that Finn did not see before. And there's some yipping and two dark-colored creatures that, with big bushy tails, you would say that the closest analog that you'd be familiar with, both of you, would be a fox. A pair of them just kind of like flee at your sudden, leaping appearance, rushing away into some bushes nearby.
That's curious.
All right. So, just continuing on then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So another hour passes, and you do get to a point where you'll need to climb a bit of a cliff, about 25, 30 feet.
Is this a different cliff this
Yes, it
time?
is. Yes, it is. This will lead you to the top of the ridge.
I scan this cliff for slightly greener moss.
Okay.
I'm being quite meticulous about this.
All
I
right.
will spend like a few minutes doing this.
All right, so give me an intelligence check.
Can
And
I use my call upon faith? Because I get a +3 to a stat check.
in this case, I don't think so, because it's just
Alright.
you're just
If it's
looking and
passive
yeah,
observation.
it's more passive observation than an actual
Intelligence, was that?
thing.
Sorry.
Yeah. And Finn, did you want to fly up to the top?
Yes.
Just look around. Okay. Give me an intelligence check as well.
Okay.
I think.
That is a success because I have an 11.
Okay. Neither. So Finn, you haven't seen personally what Lafdul is describing, but described to you. But you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. There are no trees up at the top. There's just some little scrubby bushes that are clearly grown in such a way that being affected by wind over the top of this ridge. The ground is covered in moss, but there's no moss hanging from these bushes, and it's all the dark green color that you've seen so far. And same thing for you, Lafdul. You don't see anything that you think is similar to what you saw before. However, you do notice that, and you're only noticing it now that you're looking. Some of the darkened places where you might have put your hands when climbing. There's moss in there, and that might have made it more difficult to climb. And you think because you've noticed that, you can pick out the ones that that moss is not growing inside.
Mm.
All right, you had a question?
No, it's fine now. I guess I'll just. Could I? How? Sorry, how tall is this? 30.
30-ish, yeah.
Could I attempt to levitate my grappling hook and hook it somewhere, and just climb up the rope? Silk rope.
I
Would
don't
that make it
think.
harder?
I don't think that the levitation would work with the grappling hook to hook it, because part of it is you toss it up and you pull it until it latches on something.
All right. Could I just attempt to grapple something with it then? I guess. I don't. I'm just wondering how. I mean, considering how dangerous this is, I actually just use my grappling hook.
Well, it's not because you notice this moss. You're not getting any penalties to the climb.
All right. I guess I climb.
All right. And keep in mind that there's enough handholds normally that you get a bonus to your climb walls on these cliff faces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are easily able to scamper up to the top.
As I'm climbing, do I happen to notice any of the ones where it has moss? Is it just regular moss?
It appears to be. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
that such a way that you would have like put your hand in the handhold, and you think that there would have been a good chance that you'd be like, put your hand in,
Slip.
put your weight on it, and your hand just slides right out because of the moss, kind of thing. So you manage to dodge
Is my
that.
character not
I mean, you're in darkness.
checking before?
Well, no, you are,
Alright.
but keep in mind that that this is almost black moss on almost black rock at night.
I Alright.
So and the these little the handholds and footholds are darkened spots and stuff like that. So it's just that in these particular ones there was also moss where there hasn't been before. All right, so you get up to the top, and you find yourselves on the top of this ridge. You can see a
Survey the area.
very slight glow coming from ahead of you and downwards. Obviously, probably light from the town itself.
There's this like natural like firelight, or
It's like
it's like
light
glowing
light from buildings or light from torches or something like that.
else it's like
It's the town's light.
it's that orangey light. That's
Yeah.
what I was referring to.
Yeah.
I guess what I do I have to climb down?
No, not right yet. You'll be walking across.
I'm on like a plateau or something.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Mm.
The top of the ridge. It's not hugely wide, but 10-15 minute walk to get to the part where it starts sloping down. Finn, when he gets up to the top, would you just continue back to circling around a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So you continue on. Finn, give me an intelligence check, please.
I was
Nope.
trying to listen out for coyotes and that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Every now and again.
All right. So you get to the other side of the ridge and begin to make your way down. It's steep but not cliff, so it's more you have to kind of gingerly pick your way down Lafdul as you're going.
I
But
got crampons, so it should be able to dig into that.
right, it's not like it's you're at risk of falling. It's not a cliff or anything like that. It's just that you have to, you know.
If I start sliding, I'll free fall slide.
Well, and it's not even quite that. It's more that you're going back and forth on narrow little ridges and planting yourself against boulders and inching your way down and stuff like that. So, um, Finn, give me another intelligence check, please. Okay, Finn. You spot a cave mouth just as Lafdul is coming up on it. Um, and unfortunately, you're not able to give him any warning as there's a deep cat-like roar that comes out of the cliff, the cave mouth, just as a pair of large, almost black cat-like creatures come pouncing out at you, Lafdul.
I can't be surprised. Well, it takes a 1 to surprise me, rather.
Well, let me check. Okay. No, you are not surprised. It was surprising, that this is happening and startling. It's startling that this is happening, but not surprising. We'll put it that way.
Enough for me to draw my swords.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can go ahead. Let me go ahead and get everyone else off the thing.
Are these like pumas or like... I don't know what you're describing, so... Like mountain
yeah, I'll
lion?
give you a more description in a second.
I'm going to feel really bad if I win this combat, if I kill them and I find out they got cubs. I feel awful.
Give me just a second. And Finn, so you're seeing this, and you'll be able to. You're not surprised either.
Okay. It takes a round for me to change forms, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
And let me describe what you're seeing in just a second. I need to find my tokens for it.
What's my armor class with leather? I think it's an armor class of 3.
So the pair of cat-like creatures, and actually let me go ahead and move Finn a little bit over here, just so that you're not right there, because these you're flying up in the air, you're invisible, and these things are going after Lafdul clearly. So Lafdul, these are a pair of almost black cat-like creatures, and sprouting from their shoulders are a pair of large tentacles that end in broad
Displacer beasts.
pads with like tooth-like projections.
Displacer beasts.
I think you have fought them before, so yes, you would probably recognize them.
Oh, and I also recognize that they're quite hard to hit in melee. Because they blur slightly. Well, I know that they blur slightly, but...
You can get those valuable things out the tails.
Would
And
we
the
already
eyes.
notice anything?
Yeah, Solas might. Because that's a dangerous thing. Because for Sacred Guardian, you get a mental image of whenever I'm in danger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only for that one. Once it's come up, it's come up. It's
So,
expanded.
so Solas would does he actually see the danger? So he would see these two
He gets a
cat-like
mental
creatures?
image of his dangerous situation of what's triggering the spell.
Okay.
He gets a mental image of some cats.
So, yeah,
menacing.
Solas, you would get a mental picture of a pair of black cat-like creatures leaping out of a cave at... I guess you'd probably see it from kind of Lafdul's perspective, and you can see clearly the tentacles sprouting from their shoulder blades. So, go ahead and roll for initiative, both of you. And this is about 2 hours into the trip, so
So I guess a form change would be a 3.
Yes, unless you're trying to do something else with that form change.
Nah, I'm just going to land and change form.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to cast a spell before, well, my only chance to cast a spell. Have I clicked on my token? Sorry, 1 second. Yes, I have. Let it catch you. Where are you? Yeah. Oh. Wait, did that? Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Oh, well. If you're casting a spell, you use your dex, don't you?
Yes, you do.
So from 4 to 7.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm actually quite easy to hit when I'm casting a spell.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Not for a 4, from a 3 to, yeah, so 7.
So 3 to a 7. Yeah.
So I lost the +4 dex.
All right. So Finn, you land on the ground. What are you changing into?
Healing form.
Human form. Okay. All right. And Lafdul, you're able to get your spell off.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm casting Battle Fate myself.
Yeah. Your quick reflexes. You're able to get the spell cast quite quickly. Unfortunately, this does leave you open. You're standing still as they are coming towards you.
Yeah, all right. 1d6. 6. Oh, an extra attack. Yay.
Oh, that's beautiful. So these
Wow.
two cats growling at you, and you know what? I should probably have rolled hit points for them, shouldn't I have?
Yeah, they're gonna do claw. Well, tentacle bite. Can't remember how many attacks I got.
We'll see.
Oh, that's gonna be like 6 attacks against AC 7.
Okay.
Oh, that's a downside.
So they're leaping towards you, but they land a few feet away, and these two tentacles just whip out at you, kind of cross across you, trying to shred the flesh on your face and torso. And the first one, where's my other d20? There it is. Oh yeah, those are both hits. Those are both hits.
And if they're piercing, I think piercing has an easier time to hit against leather.
Doesn't apply to this because it's more tearing than piercing.
Mm.
It's more abrasive than really
Breaking.
piercing. First tentacle hits you for 8 points of damage.
Oh, good God. This is going to hurt.
Second tentacle
32.
hits you for 8 points of damage.
All right, I am being shredded. 8 again. That puts me down to 24.
That was from one of the cat creatures. The next cat creature. 3 points of damage on one tentacle. And 4 points of damage from the other tentacle.
Yeah, that really, really, really hurts. Not down to 16 from 40.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like the plan of us just sneaking into town was a bit of a mistake.
I mean, I don't
So
think it's
hazards
a
on the
bad
road.
plan. I
And
just think that you got really unlucky with these random encounters.
Also, I was muted, but I was going to tell you that I did let the party know.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll for initiative, guys.
Are these large creatures?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Doesn't change what I'm going to do, but...
I am going to fight defensively, or no, actually, can I tumble? So I get +4 AC. I think it's the same either way.
Yeah, you can tumble.
So I'm improving my armor class from 3 to -1 or -1.
Okay.
I think I have to roll a tumbling check.
Yeah, you need to roll initiative as well because
Initiative, just base, or is it combat initiative? Assault
it's
initiative.
for 3.
Actually,
it's 3.
I just realised because I'm drawing out both my short swords, they get a -2 to their attack because it's the fear aura one, and I also go last in combat.
Okay, that does mean that you automatically will fail the tumbling then. Because you have to beat their initiative. You have to beat their initiative. Well, you already declared for rolling for tumbling.
Well, this is the first time I'm using the weapon.
I would say that since you've gone from casting a spell to tumbling, you're not really drawing your weapons.
Can I? I can draw one weapon. I guess
you need to decide quickly. I mean, if you're tumbling,
I draw
it's +3.
my +2 short sword.
If you're tumbling, it's +3, unless you're drawing that sword that makes you move last. In which case, they're automatically going to be moving before you, and you will automatically not be able to tumble.
Can I draw out my buckler and that short sword? Even it is going to make me move last. I'm not going to tumble. I'm just going to swing.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm drawing out my buckler and my short sword.
Okay.
In attack if I can. If I can't, then obviously I don't do nothing. Obviously I'm rolling my battle fit. This is where I don't even know what my battle fit is. Discord. Let's pinned messages on here. Oh, defense. Yay, +3 defense.
+3?
Yep. Because it's... Yeah, my battle fit's +3 now.
Okay.
So
the buckler will give you 1 armor class against one of them.
Yeah.
So just the first one that attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your armor class without the buckler?
Without the buckler, and at the moment it's just straight 0.
Okay. And you're drawing out the sword that the fear sword.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be at 99.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Finn, the bad news for you is that also affects you, so you will be suffering the -2 to attack.
Okay.
Just as an
Unless
FYI.
he moves a bit farther away.
Yeah, but you'd have to be. I mean,
Depends if
you
he's
pulled out
meleeing
your.
or...
Did you pull out the sword? Your scimitar?
I'm casting, actually.
Oh, you're casting. Okay, then that probably. Let me double check what the effect is. It might not be affecting you then. And if your thing doesn't use an attack roll, then it wouldn't matter anyway. Give me a second.
I don't actually have a handout for this one. It's been improved identify.
Yeah, but you haven't actually used it yet.
No. What do they call it? The maiden letting or something? You can't blade for the first time against someone.
I have no idea. All right, so sorry, Finn. What are you doing?
I am casting Earth Maw underneath the one closest to me.
Okay.
Is that going to affect me? It's a nasty spell, that.
And what are the effects of that then?
Let's see. Causes a patch of ground 10 feet in diameter to open and form a gigantic mouth with stalactite teeth. The mouth springs forth on a short serpentine neck, much like a water weird, and attacks in the direction the caster indicates. Then it retracts into earth and closes solidly.
So does it make an attack roll?
Yes. Attacks as a monster with hit dice equal to the caster's level.
All right, you're 7th
Creatures
level.
standing on the side of the maw suffer a +3 penalty to armor class for purposes of this attack only. Which is why I cast it directly underneath.
Okay. And you're casting on this one?
The one that's closest to me, yeah.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and make an attack roll. Your attack roll with this is your THAC0 is 13. And because this would never be affected by the fear effect, because it's making the attack and it's just magic. That is going to be a miss, but it's suffering a -3 to its armor class.
Yes.
Might not actually be.
Because it was directly underneath it.
That's a hit. That is
Okay.
actually a hit.
Then I do 1d4 points of damage per level of caster, so that's 7d4.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, if he crits, it consumes it.
I
Very
don't
nice.
think it could crit. Or did it say
No,
something about?
it
If
does.
I think it's if the roll is a 19 or 20,
Gotcha,
the attack
okay.
roll,
Okay, yeah. All right, so
unmodified.
18 points of damage. This earthen maw with stony teeth just kind of bulges forth out of the ground. The moss kind of like rolling off it, peeling off of it, comes out and just chomps down on this surprised cat creature, and raking its stalactite teeth across its haunch, leaving a bloody trail on the beast. Is that
No power out of that one.
is that -3 armor class penalty for any attacks against it, or just for the attack?
For purposes of that attack only.
Okay, thank you. All right.
So if I attack it, wouldn't do nothing.
Just because I think it's because it's like coming up directly from beneath it.
Yeah. So Finn, you are actually far enough away from Lafdul to not have to make a saving throw right now. But these two things do need to, and let's see, that is going to be. Okay.
Do I know if it's every round or if it's just once?
It's basically at the start of the round. They need to make the saving throw.
Old.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Sacred Guardian, does it give only one notification, or does it give once for every dangerous situation during its duration?
Does it say that it expires as soon as it alerts the user?
No.
Then it's once every time a new scenario happens.
So I will get one notification for every day of the week that the Lafdul is in trouble. Nice. Since its duration is 1 day per level.
That's going to be a busy spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Try not to get too much in trouble, Lafdul.
You're going to have interrupted sleep.
All right, this one right here is looking a little bit reticent to attack you. Let me go ahead and do that. But they are going to be attacking.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one. Okay, that's just one hit.
Which one am I defending against?
Right now it's this one, and I think you were going to be.
So I'm facing this way.
Yeah. So that's the one that's getting the benefit. That's the one that you're getting the benefit from the buckler on.
Mm-hmm.
3 points of damage from that one. And now the other one. That is going to be armor class 0 without the buckler?
Without the buckler, 0.
Okay. It gets... Nope, actually that's 2 misses. Okay. All right, so Lafdul, you can make your attack.
Yay. 1d20 plus 2. It's not like my attacks matter at all.
Well, you know, it's a great attack roll there. Great attack roll. All right, next round. Is that Earthen Maw? Is that just a one-time thing, or does that keep attacking, Finn?
Duration is 1 round, so it's just a one-time thing.
Just the one. Okay. That's still good damage.
I am going to... Do I lose my AC if I'm drinking a potion?
No.
Am I still invisible or not?
No, you're not. You have become visible.
Okay.
Yeah, since
How-
that was attack spell.
How does this work? Do I drop my weapon? Do I hold my weapon? Or
You can pull the potion out with the buckler.
yeah, but do I still move last?
Yes.
Not attacking with a weapon.
Yes.
Alright.
Because you're
It's
wielding.
it's
Ah,
the
it's-
weapon's effect, even if you don't attack with it.
Well, I'll just do player initiative 99 then.
No, you could have left yourself at 99.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. And battle fate.
There's a bot in chat.
Oh, nothing.
I just saw it myself. There we go.
Lafdul's going to be famous for all the wrong reasons.
What is that one giving you?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. So these large cats are attacking first. Are you still facing this one, or do you want to face this one?
I'm facing that one. I see.
Okay, this one.
Unless it's looking away from me, I'm facing that one.
No, they're still focused on you.
Yeah, then I'm still facing that one.
Okay. All right. That's one hit. For 5 points of damage.
Yay. Well, the other one's
And
got
the second
an
one
advantage.
misses with both of its tentacles. It seems very reticent to hit you. It wants to, but it's like nervous or scared or something like that. It's definitely shirking
Free?
back. I said 5.
Oh, 5, sorry. 8.
All right, Finn, your turn.
All right. I am casting Summon Animal Spirit.
Okay. Let me find that token. Was that the wolf?
Yes.
Okay. And you can go ahead and position it within the area where you summon it. And I will allow that to attack this round.
Okay. 10 yards per level, so I can put that pretty much right into combat then.
How many hit points does it get?
10 plus my level, so 17.
Is it flanking the beast?
I don't
Not
know
right,
if it
not
can
right there.
flank.
Not right there, no.
So if it was more to the north, it would be flanking.
Maybe, but he's already moved it, so
Yeah.
go ahead and update it with the new token. All right. So it can go ahead and attack.
Or not.
Yeah. The good news is that for things like that, I'm not. A natural one is just a miss.
It's also a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, and that's also partly why it's
Dematerializes
Just-
because what else are you to fail on?
it's just a miss. All right, so Lafdul, you are taking a potion.
Yeah, I'm drinking my entire potion of extra healing because
Okay.
I'm like pretty injured.
It's understandable. 3d8 plus 3, I believe.
Yeah.
That's not a bad roll.
That definitely helps. 19.
Okay, and the wolf spirit will attack on your turn, Finn.
Okay.
So you don't need to roll separately for that. And I don't think you need to concentrate on it, correct?
No.
Yeah. All right.
Not that one. If I did summon insects, I'd have to.
Gotcha. Okay. So Lafdul and Finn, you can roll for initiative. Unless, of course, Lafdul, you're sticking with that sword.
Yeah, he is. I'm just gonna have to try my luck in combat. Initiative 99. I'm swinging at the one ahead of me. I don't even know why I bother. I just keep the same initiative. I'm last anyway.
Yeah, let me just put you at 99. Only re-roll if you're doing something else, but do let me know that you're sticking with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. No, so the critical hits are only redeemable once per session. It's the critical fumbles that have unlimited. So yes, that one has run out. Sorry. I forget
Thanks.
which ones are what. But viewers can redeem the critical fumbles on these creatures if they want. So.
Just waiting for you to roll the 20 to redeem the fumble.
But see, the viewers can't see what my rolls are.
Yeah, but you usually mention or laugh when you roll 20.
All right, Finn, you're up first.
All right. I'm going to move in, draw my sword, and attack.
Okay, I need you to make a saving throw versus paralyzation first.
Magic bonus.
Any normal bonuses that you get will apply.
So my wisdom bonus counts.
In this case, yes.
All right, so that's a plus
And
4.
Don't you have the +1 protection ring?
Yes.
Yeah, so you get that too.
Plus 5. And which one was I rolling against?
Paralyzation.
All right, so that's target 7 with a plus 5.
So as long as you don't
2.
roll 1.
Okay. All right. So very briefly, you feel you move towards, as you're moving in, this sense of fear and dread of Lafdul specifically washes over you. But you shake it
And
off.
then I remember that it's Lafdul.
How did Lafdul get so terrifying?
All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Right?
Yeah, if I was by myself,
Back
I would
down
have
to
just
that now.
tried flying off.
Get a plus 2.
I mean, you're not sure how fast these things move. Finn could always turn into something fast.
No, well, yeah. No, if I was by myself, I would have flown off.
That's with a Thacos 16.
That is a hit.
And I get an extra plus 1 on damage. It's 1d8.
Oof.
Well, my luck continues.
As we've learned, that means you need to change your color, your dice color. All right, so 4 damage.
Is this?
All right, and then your wolf spirit.
Oh, I haven't rolled my battle fit.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, Spirit not doing so good.
Oh,
Ooh.
5. I think that's attack. Where's Discord? Because I never remember these.
5
Very
is
rare
damage.
that yeah. Oh, +5 if I hit. +3, sorry. Not 5.
Well, by the way, Lafdul, you might want to update the pinned message.
I can't up. Well, I can edit them, I suppose.
Yeah, you can edit.
Yeah,
yours.
you can edit it.
Oh, yeah.
for the
Change
bonus.
+2 to +3.
The spirit
Yeah.
doubled its roll from last round. Yeah, yeah, it's a 100% increase, and it's missing.
So next round it will roll 4.
Yeah. All right.
So,
So,
if this drags out more than like 6 rounds, it might actually start hitting.
yeah, exactly. All right. So the first one you're facing this one with your buckler, Lafdul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the swipes from the tentacles, you bat aside with your buckler,
Yay.
and then
One.
the other one,
You rolling them separately?
yeah, because I'm only using two d20s right now, so I know.
Oh,
exactly
you
which
mean
one.
the one to the right,
Yeah.
left? Sorry.
This one?
I thought
This
you
one.
meant. Yeah.
You
No,
batted
I
the tentacle on this one.
I
sorry.
miss. Yeah.
And this one just misses you entirely. All right, Lafdul.
Mixed feelings about this sword. 1d6 +2. Oh wait, that's damage. Well, if I hit, that's also another +3, so that'll be 8 if I hit. Oh god, Lafdul's not hitting with this. You can't use the sword. He's
Emphasis
never
on
used it before.
if.
Yeah.
All right, initiative time.
Same as last time.
Okay. All right.
Battle fate. 2. Oh, I got armor class.
Oh, that's good. So that's going to be -3 for your armor class.
Yeah, for the one of them. The other one's going to be 0.
Okay. Finn, you're up first.
Or whatever minus my sword
Alright.
gives to it. I think it's like -2, isn't it, to attack?
I'm sorry?
I think my sword gives like a -2 aura
Yes.
to damage and attack.
Yes.
I don't have to roll against that again first.
It's just once upon entering it. Hey, there we go.
Okay, that was with my scimitar.
All right, Finn. You slash at the haunch of this thing, and your scimitar sinks into its flesh, mirroring one of the rakes that your earthen maw left on it, and it just you see its innards begin to spill out, and it collapses on the ground.
Okay.
And you can move your wolf forward if you want.
Well, have the wolf circle it like that then, I guess.
Okay. So I will give a +2 to the hit for that one.
Since it's flanking.
Okay.
Does my sword affect armor class as well? I don't know.
Sorry, I
Oh,
wasn't
wow,
laughing
that
at you,
one.
Lafdul. I was laughing at the
No,
one.
it's fine. realize
It
I
does
had
not
covered that.
affect your ability to attack them, no. Well, I mean, it's a
My spirit wolf is
target.
doing wonderfully today.
It's a target. And it would be a better target for them if they weren't focusing on Lafdul.
I get a +1 to my armor class. -2 to attack, all damage. All damage? What?
I think you miswrote that. It's and.
Yeah, that's what I wrote when I changed it to and.
But you suffer a +1 penalty to your armor class.
Oh, I'm one worse.
And I have been taking that into account.
So,
I've just had really bad rolls for this guy. Not so much anymore. I'm going to need a saving throw versus death, Lafdul.
Oh, yay.
Except, no.
No, since there's fumble.
No. All right.
Someone decided to save me.
So instead, the Displacer Beast, it swings at you. You think that it's about to just tear across your throat. You're not able to get your buckler up in time, and just this strong gust of wind comes in and pushes everyone, but especially the Displacer Beast, and this tentacle goes flying and misses you by a hair. And it does scrabble itself on the moss a little bit as this wind comes in.
Clearly, everyone blessed you.
Yeah, somehow.
I'm not sure if we want Big Mac to be known as Erevan now. It was Ptah!
I could be
It was
Erevan.
Ptah! Time
Yeah,
to
probably
converse.
That's what he normally does.
Yeah, but Erevan is just an avatar of Ptah.
All right, Lafdul, your turn.
Oh, I'm actually facing this one now.
Yep.
Okay, well, the pointy end.
Or not.
Yeah.
All right.
Lafdul doesn't know what the pointy end is of his sword. He just knows to hold it.
I mean, you are kind of bleeding profusely.
Oh, I took a healing potion. I shouldn't be bleeding anymore.
Well,
until I take another
you know
hit.
what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, so initiative time. Yes.
Yeah, Lafdul's going with his 99.
Alright.
Old reliable. Same with my attack rolls. They're all below 5. Oh, I get my battle fate now.
Finn, you were clicked on the wolf. That's okay. I'll just edit it.
Oh, I get +3 to damage if I hit.
If.
One day I might hit.
Emphasis on the if. The Displacer Beast is going first. It
Oh
swings
wow,
its-
Displacer Beast. I hope you guys are doing okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
should have
they
seen the
killed
first
one
round. I
already.
went down to like 18 from 40.
I want somebody to lose their arm in the Displacer Beast fight.
So what is your armor class with the buckler?
Hang on, so 3 plus. It should be 1 because I've got the sword.
Okay.
Wait, is it 1? Yeah.
All right. It does hit
Yeah,
you
because
once.
so I got +3 AC from using the button.
And for 3 points of damage.
Alright, I'm bleeding again.
It scrapes across you, knocking the air out of you. All right, Finn.
All right, I'm gonna move in and attack.
All right. Go ahead and just move this one off. That's going to be a hit.
Okay.
Nice. All right, so you slash at its haunch and for 9 points of damage. And then your wolf spirit.
Is that the third one in a row?
Not in a row, but the third one this fight, with the only other one being a 2.
Oh, it's a
Clearly
On
lot.
the
that wolf-
upside,
Clearly that wolf spirit exists to take the bad rolls of Finnel.
exactly. That's what I was about to say. It's taking all of your bad rolls, or most of them. So that's good, I guess.
I mean, Finnel has the bigger damage potential.
Yeah. All right, Lafdul, your turn.
Can Lafdul stab today? No. Or slash? 1d20 plus 2. Wait,
I'm going for no.
I'm just going to roll 1d20 and just use the thing on my... Oh, good God.
So, yeah, I was saying no.
Nope.
Let's see.
Clearly you're too afraid yourself.
Yeah.
Apparently, my wolf spirit is trying to emulate you when it's attacking.
Or maybe
I
he's
said, hey.
trying to emulate the wolf spirit.
I was like,
Could
hey, I
be.
got that spell as well. Yeah, it's about as useless as I am in combat.
I mean, you're soaking up hits.
Yes,
Yeah.
those hits could go towards the wolf spirit.
It's like when I have my chainmail, I'm actually really good armor class. But, can't climb walls and that very well.
Okay.
Put more points on that.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative, please.
Yeah, Lafdul's maintaining his 99.
All right.
His battle
And apparently I'm maintaining my 11.
Oh, I got nothing again. So these low rolls.
All right, so it looks like this creature is none too happy with how everything is going. It is trying to get away, so that is going to be a free attack from each of you. Let's start with the wolf.
Mm. It hits.
Wolf finally hits.
Finally, when the enemy is trying to flee, you hit it.
Well, you know, nipped it in the butt. 6 points of damage. All right.
Quite a big nip in the butt.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. All right, Finn, your turn. Oh, nice.
I do wonder if Lafdul's even going to contribute to this fight at all.
I mean, you did contribute by taking all the damage.
Yeah, Finn's fine. He hasn't taken any damage. You're the meat shield. All right, Lafdul, your turn.
Oh, wow.
It only takes the enemy to start running away.
It's turned its back to me.
Apparently so, yeah.
Not the best hit in the world, but do.
It's enough. It is enough.
Oh, yay.
That is enough to eliminate the cat. So it's trying to get away. It's trying to leap away, and the wolf spirit tears into its haunch. Finn slashes across its side, deep into its side, and Lafdul, you get a good slash across its neck, and it collapses down, bleeding and dead.
One question, Old.
Mm-hmm.
Since the Sacred Guardian instantly makes me aware if the recipient of the spell is in danger, is that for the duration of the danger? So would I now know that the danger is past?
Doesn't really say.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. That's why I'm asking.
In all honesty, I thought it. You just get once a spell tells you the danger. I thought it expired.
It doesn't say that either.
Yeah.
Let me take a look in just a second.
Yeah, it's a really short description.
Making a note of what you guys have received here.
Since if I know the danger is past, I would most likely ask Leva to use sending to inquire what's the situation.
Well, if we know that the danger is past, then do we
Well, we don't know if the danger has passed until old rules, and the danger might have passed, and it might mean that one of them is down and that the other is up.
Oh.
Let me see. How many minutes ago in game time did you
6
alert? 6 minutes.
Yeah.
You think sending don't you think sending would be too early if they're really in a fight?
Well, like I said, if Old says that I know the danger is over.
Yeah, you would know that. You would know that before talking about the spell. You know how the spell works. So let me just take a quick look.
Well, in that case, yes. Leva has 2 sendings. So
yeah. So let's wait if Old tells me if I get the info.
Also, I would have been getting mental image of Finn in danger, even though I'm the one being attacked. Technically, I wonder if I would have got the...
Did you cast the Sacred Guardian on Finn?
Yeah, I cast it the day before I left.
Okay, yeah.
So it's on 6 days remaining.
But was Finn in any danger during this encounter?
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. And lastly, we'd like to Finn. Oh, I'm glad you're here. That might have ended badly for me, or I might have just ran away, to be honest. Just if they get the pounce on you. Oh, I sheath my sword because that's probably scaring him.
My reading is that this is a constant effect, so that you would know if they're in danger, and then you would know that they're not in danger anymore.
Okay, so I will inform the danger is over, so we can inquire their situation with sending now.
Mm-hmm.
If they need help, help that we can provide.
Maybe one of them is dead, yes. So Leva sends. Which one was more in danger? Did you see that? Did you notice? Oh no, you only know it about Lafdul, don't you?
Yeah, but the situation when I got the sight was that the 2 displacer beasts was ganging on up Lafdul.
Well, maybe we better call
Finnel.
Finnel then, just in case Lafdul is dead again.
Right. So no, my reading of the spell is that it lasts for a day per level, and it would basically be a situation of like something flips on in your head, they're in danger, and then it flips off when they're not in danger anymore, which could mean that they're dead. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because they're not in danger anymore. And
but
it's not
you
just.
would know if the spell is expired or.
And it doesn't. It has a duration of 1 day per level, not or special or until expires or anything like that. So it's just 1 day per level, and you'll just constantly know when they're in danger and when they're not in danger.
And since I'm over the 3rd level, I also receive mental image of the situation when it starts.
Yeah.
So you're telling Leva that it was Lafdul who was being ganged on by these 2 animals?
Yeah.
So Leva says, okay, then in that case, let's use the sending to contact Finnel. And she sends, how are you? Where are you? Do you need help?
And just so you know, this is hinging on the word "is" here. My reading is hinging on that. So, sorry, go ahead.
We're fine near the city. All is okay.
Okay. Good.
Lafdul points to wounds on his shoulder. He's like shaking his head.
Finn's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
I will cast Cure Light Wounds on him, though.
I'll regenerate given time, Finn. We can't rest again our spells.
Sorry, interrupt.
Yep.
Old. Did the spell go through okay?
Sending? Oh, actually,
yes.
Yeah. I need to roll for a.
Wild surge.
Wouldn't that be something if that was the wild surge?
Oh, especially if the target is petrified or something.
If there is a wild surge, it's going to be Braxon's clothes again.
No, it'd be their clothes.
Yes.
No, just lose clothes.
Or she brings the displacer beast back to life.
So it was fine. It worked.
Okay.
Okay, so Lafdul, you're just gonna let yourself regenerate?
Yeah, we can. Finn, do you know if these corpses are any good, or we killed them in self-defense? I assume you'd be fine with that.
Remember, you want the tails.
I heard the eyes are valuable, and well, I don't know how much of the hide's even usable. We slashed up a bit.
It's part of nature, so.
You know Braxon collects displacer beast tails.
I think you're mistaking what creature they were facing.
Oh yeah, maybe it's the other one.
You mean the manticore? You clicked the spikes on that.
Yeah,
Yeldon killed a.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
Displacer beast ages ago.
What did you actually do with those tails, by the way?
Yeldon had the eye.
Yeah,
I think we failed to get the hide.
So
Finn,
Finn, hold on, Finn, yeah.
With my hunting proficiency, would I know that there's anything useful?
Give me a hunting proficiency check. I had forgotten that you had that.
Would Lafdul also be able to use spellcraft to remember the spells that might use displacer beast parts?
I know Yeldon said about the eyes being because he took the eyes and remember him selling them and them being quite valuable.
So generally,
it was a good luck charm.
I would say that the player needs to know what parts are useful if they want to do that. I'm not going to allow a check,
Okay.
a spellcraft check.
I know the hide's useful. I know the eyes are useful. I don't know about the tentacles, personally.
Yeah, so, Finn, you would say that, in general, these things could be skinned and you could skin the hides off these things. They're in good enough shape. The problem is that it would take a while. And you have heard that the eyes serve as good luck charms, or they're considered good luck charms.
How many hours to skin?
And any
4, 5?
any wizard would be able to tell you that the hide of a displacer beast is the ideal material for a cloak of displacement.
Okay.
I'm not sure how long it would actually take. Partly because you'd also want to, scrape the hides and get them to dry and stuff like that.
You always separate that.
It would take hours.
I mean, you're not going to be invisible in town. You're going to be you,
Oh,
so to speak.
I wasn't going into town with you. I was just getting you there.
How far away is it? Because I could try and make the rest of the journey by myself. And you could just stay here, and I could just leave you with the hides. I'm going to be in town for a few hours.
Or maybe you can fly back to the cave and then...
Oh, are these male and female, Finn? Are they a hunting pair?
Finn, yeah, you'd be able to you'd be able to determine that it is
a mated pair.
It is, well, it's probably mated. It is male and female.
Okay.
Should we check to see if they got cubs? Or kittens? I mean, I don't know what you do in this situation.
You can check out the cave if you want.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah, we
might
could
be.
take a
There
peek
might
in there
be
real
loot
quick.
in there even.
All right, so you go into the cave. It's a fairly shallow cave, not very deep. There are some animal bones, gnawed on, disarticulated, everything like that. But you're not seeing any kittens or anything like that in there.
Oh, that's good then. I have to feel bad about...
Only animal bones, no humanoid bones.
Yeah.
Correct.
You check the bone pile for any... Oh, humanoid, sorry, or animal.
It's only animal.
Alright.
Okay, so I guess I'm
Oh.
going to be skinning them and taking the eyes and things like that while you head off then.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably right. Could you grab me a couple of bones? I'll probably make an animal spirit, like, I don't know if you're going to do one as well. Displacer beast to be quite an interesting creature.
You can't make a displacer beast animal spirit.
Okay, not animal.
They're not normal
It's
animals.
not. Yeah,
Alright.
it's more of a magical / fantastical animal.
Alright, then. Just gonna check my equipment, see if I've got anything that's useful to you.
Is there only a limitation on the animal spirit that it has to be normal animal? Or is there any other limitations?
Has to have a bone.
Yeah, but I mean, could they, for example, buy some ivory and make elephant animal spirit?
Well, it has to be a bone. That's not bone. And the stats are fixed, so your best bet is a smallish
I'm just
animal,
doing it for
like no larger
variety.
than a small wolf, coyote, that kind of thing. An elephant isn't going to get you any extra damage or anything like that. That said,
then.
it's not going to have more hit points. It's not going to do any more damage. It would count as a large creature, so
Question,
it would take
then.
more damage. Yes.
Because are my two creatures that I've already got technically animals? I got a lizard and that worm thing.
They were normal for that world. They were normal animals for that world.
These are
And
not
they
normal.
didn't have any special effects, so No, these are still they're displacer beasts. They're not normal animals for this world.
So would basically some fast bird of prey be good for animal spirit?
Well, the thing is
Got
that
fixed
the stats
immediately.
are fixed. So you're not going to
Yeah,
get
but-
extra movement, you're not going to get extra damage. It is a spirit, so it doesn't need to walk on the ground anyway.
Yeah, but
It doesn't say that it flies,
but meaning with the flying bird of prey, basically that they would be able to do hit and run.
No, because that's not listed in the thing. So that's the thing is
Okay.
like, about the only difference that you would get out of them is whether it's large or small. If it's large, then it would take extra damage. Otherwise, it's moving as normal. So no, your best bet is something like a wolf or something similar. Just because the damage it does is fixed, the hit points it has are fixed, the armor class it has is fixed. So
Size doesn't affect armor class.
correct. Now there is one line in there that I feel is not fully explained. It says that clerics tend to summon elemental spirits, which doesn't quite work with the needing a bone flute, and I haven't had enough time to think about that. And that would still have the same effects, but I would probably allow it to deal damage based on its element. So, like fire, water, air, earth kind of thing.
so magic, or unless it's
Well, I mean, it does count as it counts as a magical creature. It can hit things that, at least immune to normal weapons. And I believe it's also immune to non-magical weapons.
yeah, it can't be hit by regular weapons.
Yeah. So
Then there's also the question of minor elementals. Do they actually have bones?
well, and that's the thing is like it's an offhand comment because it's obvious. So part of the spell is designed. It was in Spells and Magic, and it was designed in part as a spell for the new shaman class in that book. But it's in a sphere that other classes get access to. And it makes sense for a druid to also summon an animal spirit. But then there's this offhand comment about clerics summoning elemental spirits, and that's not expanded upon. So I haven't had enough time to think about that. And since no one's asked, I haven't made the effort either. So, but no, in general, the stats are fixed, so it's best to stick with something reasonable. And since it's a normal animal only, something like a wolf or even a small bear, a little black bear or a cougar or something like that. Those are really the best things.
I asked Finn, do you want to borrow my flaming freezing dagger? I don't know if it'd be any good for preserving or cooking the meat. I mean, you can make fires easily enough, but you could freeze the meat if you want the meat.
I don't know if displacer beast meat is tasty.
Yeah, there is that. Not sure it's
So
that edible.
Finn with cooking proficiency might be able to tell.
I know Leva's our resident experimenter.
I don't think any of you have tried to eat Displacer Beast, and I don't think any of you have heard of eating Displacer Beast, and I've never heard of any like large cat being particularly a delicacy anywhere except in the, in terms of like it's supposed to give magical protections or something like that.
Usually large carnivores are quite strong and not generally like taste their meat.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Are you telling me there's no such thing as Displacer Beast ham?
Nope.
It's not a pig. If you want special ham, go find some space swine.
I'm just waiting for you to give us campaign to hunt space swine.
So Finn,
So,
I don't-
yeah, I think I would pass on the meat on this,
yeah.
All right.
or maybe offer it to some of the local animals or something.
We could use it as a distraction on the way back.
Well, again, part of the problem though is preservation. Freezing it is like he'd have to
It's sunny.
hold the dagger constantly on its
What
cold
else is he
mode
gonna do?
against the meat, because otherwise it's gonna, he'd have to do that to freeze it, and then it will immediately start thawing the second he puts the dagger away.
Yeah, and as someone who has actually studied these things, refreezing meat that has or food that has already thawed is not beneficial anymore.
Well, and I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking more along the lines of just the fact that the dagger's not a freezer.
Yeah, that also.
It's like getting a chunk of ice and putting it against the meat. When you take the chunk of ice away, the meat's going to begin thawing out again, and you'd have to hold it'd be like holding a chunk of ice against the meat until it freezes. So I don't think that's particularly
really,
feasible.
have anything to offer him that would help.
Yeah.
Really.
No, I'll just dress off the hides as best I can and
You gonna be in this cave, I guess.
fake the
Just to
eyes
get
and the
Heidi.
tentacles. I was actually thinking of going back to the flitter.
Oh, all right.
Carrying both the hides, or
Yeah, I was gonna say.
well, I mean, carrying the
just...
corpses, or are you gonna do this here and then carry them back?
I'll do it here and then carry them
Okay,
back.
that's okay. I wanted to make sure.
How long will it take you approximately? So I got a vague idea.
Let me take a look to see if there's anything in the proficiency. I'm not sure. If you have some ideas, let me know. I don't know.
If you're familiar with something, it takes about an hour to hide something.
I've never done that before, so I don't know.
Only thing that I know is that if you want to do the skinning without ruining the hide, it would take probably few hours to the size of these beasts.
One thing I would say is that if Lafdul's been injured and it's going to take his ring a while to heal him.
Yeah, I've been waiting around.
And it's going to take time to skin the displacer beast. Then you might want to wait anyway, rather than climb up a cliff and get attacked by a monster right on top of the cliff. You're safe in that cave, aren't you?
I mean, you might be safe. You don't know.
Well, relatively safe. How long would it take you to heal?
It's a hit point. 10 minutes.
Right. So how does that?
An hour.
How does that compare to the time for skinning the displacer?
Just over 2.5 hours, basically. Which would be, I'd assume, enough time for him to skin it by now.
Well, would you be able to assist if you stayed?
Probably. It tells me what to do, I do it.
Well, I'm not telling you to stay and wait till you heal naturally, but if you're gonna need to heal anyway, you could cut the eyes out and stick them on your forehead.
No.
Okay, all right. I found something. To extract the products without damaging them, a character must devote about 10 minutes per hit die of the animal, so that would be an hour for these.
Okay.
And you'll need to make a dexterity check when you complete the process.
Oh. Dexterity check or hunting proficiency?
Well, it's saying a dexterity. I think that
it's the same without
proficiency. This is actually in the Barbarian Handbook. And let's see.
Didn't Yeldin have to do that too?
I think we just had him do a.
Yeah, survival.
He had leatherworking.
Did he?
Yeah, he had leatherworking. Now, in this description, it doesn't mean that you ruin it if you fail. It just means that it's not as good quality.
Okay.
I'll give it some thought. Let me give it some thought for a moment. So it'll take you an hour, and Lafdul, are you gonna wait around for a little bit, or are you gonna immediately set off?
How far away is it to that place?
You're about an hour away. And it's downhill at this point.
Yeah. What were you going to do, Finn? Are you just going to clean them up and travel back on foot?
Yes.
That was what you want to do?
Yep.
You're going to be smelling of hide. I can cast a spell on you that would remove your scent.
I have that myself.
All right, then. Yeah. Then... yeah, I guess if I don't see you on the way back, I'll just head back myself. I'm not sure how long I'll be, but...
well, you still have the Sacred Guardian on him, right?
yeah, I have Sacred Guardian on Finn, and
yeah.
Finn, Solas has it on me.
Could Finn transform into some animal to move faster with the hides?
Probably a bear.
I would say no, because he's going to be carrying the hides.
Doesn't your items meld into
it's a reasonable items. And I think that freshly hided hides would not really count. Now, do you have any spare bags, sacks, or anything like that, Finn, that you haven't put anything in?
I don't think I have any spare.
Okay. Because one thing that you could do is you could take some of the meat with you, and if you encounter anything, just toss the meat aside and run the other direction and hope that
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, I have my backpack, but...
yeah, but I think that these two freshly skinned hides really wouldn't fit into the backpack. Yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, you know...
carrying them over shoulder.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless you got, like, rope you could bundle. I could lend you my silk rope. You could tie them up, I guess. If you want.
You'd probably want cord rather than rope.
Well, it's silk rope. It's fairly soft. It's not.
Well, yes, but it's still 50 feet of it.
Mm.
You don't need 50 feet to tie that up on your back, when cord would do. Which you may have, but it's still going to be like.
I have string because I have it as a spell component, but I don't know how much string.
Either you have a whole
spool
of it, or you just have enough for the spell, and I don't know.
It seemed to have a spool, and I just cut off what I need with me.
I don't know what the spell is for and how much you need, so I don't need to know. I don't need to know. It's fine. Yeah. I think that if you don't specifically have like a spool of string or twine or something like that, then you probably don't. But I mean, you could just like wrap it up, and you could probably use the tentacles as to further wrap it up, and either like hold it over your shoulder as you're walking or something like that. And again, like you can always change form, either distract the enemy, lead them away, or something like that, and then circle around and hope that it's still intact. I mean, but no, I don't. I wouldn't allow you to turn into a form and keep those with you.
Could he turn into a form before Lafdul leaves, and basically Lafdul then ties the hides on him?
Carry the hides on me into town?
No, I mean tie them on him, Finn. Basically, if Finn, for example, turned into some large cat, you would tie them hides on his back.
Carry like an impromptu backpack.
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, number one, Lafdul would have to stay the whole time that Finn is doing this work, which I didn't think you were planning to do, Lafdul.
I wasn't sure if I was going to. That was the thing.
Plus, I move faster than average through wilderness anyway, so.
I mean,
especially when by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably best to let Finn handle it, getting it back. I mean, like right now he can carry it on his over his shoulders easily enough without any problem. So,
Yeah, I'll just do it that way.
yeah. And you've got spells and stuff like that if you encounter anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like good luck at this point.
So, Lafdul, do you want to stay, or are you immediately setting off?
I mean, I'll heal over time.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm curious. What you want to do?
Yeah, I guess I'll just go off.
Okay. All right.
There's a chance I might come back in time. I don't know, but I'll probably. I mean,
Unless you're
give an
just
idea.
in town for a very short amount of time.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. It's just
Yeah.
that I'm trying to give him a time frame of how long I'll be in town. I mean, I want to get around because I got to travel back. I don't want to exhaust myself. I'll probably be in town for about 4 hours, then I'll leave.
All things considered, Finn would probably be back at camp.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he
so.
can relay approximately when he'll start his leg back 4 hours in.
Okay. All right, so you're setting off immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and remove the wolf spirit here. All right, Finn. So besides the hide, and there was talk about the eyes, is there anything else that you want to make special point to keep intact or preserve?
Perhaps those tentacles.
The tentacles?
Yep.
Okay. I think what I'll do is give me a hunting proficiency check, and if it is successful, I'll give you a +3 to your dexterity check. Well, a -3 to the roll. Okay. So you examine the carcasses, and you think you're pretty confident about how long you need to take care of this. So give me a dexterity check for the first one.
All right.
And you'll get a -3 to... Okay. That is perfectly... you had an easy time skinning this large cat creature and removing it, and it actually looks like you guys got really lucky with your attacks on this one. All of the attacks were in places that didn't mar the hide itself, where like they all happen to be right around joints and stuff like that, where you'd end up being you'd be cutting anyway to get this hide off, and all of the attacks just happen to be in the right places for you to get a good pelt off this creature.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for the second one.
It's almost like he's a natural at this.
Well, not so.
Unfortunately, and with the 20. Well, no, I'm not even gonna.
I got overconfident on the second one.
Well,
this
pretty
is
much
the one that got bitten by the earth mob.
This one,
Yeah,
this one, the pelts just it's not
it
not
fell in the
salvageable.
earth mob.
Not salvageable at all. The too much damage. All the attacks were in just the wrong places, and yeah, there was a little bit of well, that first one was so easy. This next one will be oh god, what have I done? Kind of thing,
Does he get the eyes and such still of the second one?
Yes, I will say that you got the eyes, and give me one extra roll for the tentacles on the second one. Okay, you did manage to save the tentacles. So you've got one full hide. You do manage to salvage some pieces from the second one. You don't get the full hide, but and these aren't as valuable, but maybe they'd be suitable for stuff the size of gloves or boots or something like that. But certainly no full hide, and it might be suitable for spell components or material. Going into scroll ink or potions or other minor, small magic items.
Oh, if only there was a scrolling requirement for Blur.
So, yeah. So you got that. You got some. You can put down some teeth, some claws, and you got the. So you got one full hide in good condition. You got one extra pair of tentacles. You got the 4 eyes, and you got teeth and claws and stuff.
It's down to temporary items here.
Okay. And let me actually see how your trip back is going to go.
Remember, I move at a 1/3 faster rate.
Okay.
So Lafdul gets to the town. It's like, oh, Finn.
Okay. Yeah, the trip back is uneventful. And we'll cover that when we come back next week. Lafdul, you set off, and let me see how the rest of your trip is. All right, your trip is uneventful. So you make your way down Lafdul, and Finn, being alone, you were able to pick your way down the hills and the cliff faces. Even though you moved faster because of that, and you had to find different ways because you're carrying this bundle on your back, it did take about the same amount of time. But your trip was longer in terms of distance than coming up here.
Okay.
Because you weren't flying and you didn't want to climb the places that Lafdul did, so you looked for other ways.
Yep.
So it just kind of evened out. Lafdul, so you've made your way down the other side of the mountain ridge, and you can see.
I'd be hiding in shadows
yeah,
as I'd be approaching.
Let me describe what you're going to be coming down to, and you can decide how you're approaching. So you see the lake, and there's a waterfall coming down a far cliff, and there's a big overhang over the village, over the port. It's glowing softly, not like really bright, but you can definitely see the glow of torchlight and firelight from the buildings and stuff like that. And you have a couple different choices on how to get down here. You can go down and walk along the shore of this lake to get to the town, or you can kind of stay in on the rocky parts and go in that way. Going along the shore, you'll come in near the docks and the warehouses and stuff like that. Coming in the other way, you'll be coming in through rough terrain and getting in to what looks like a bit more of a residential part of the town, perhaps. There aren't any warehouses, and there aren't the docks, and there is a larger building that, based on its size and position, and just what you'd assume that this town would be like, is probably the guy who runs the place, whoever it is. He's the big cheese. He's the guy who dictates what the laws
There's
are.
also a lot of guards around those kind of places as well.
You're a little bit too far away now to get a good feel for that.
I mean, the docks are obviously going to be watched, but the residents always going to be watched.
Well, but you need to make the decision before you can get a feel for any of that on how you're coming in. Because it's either you stay up in the hilly parts or you get down to the water and then come in.
There's no cover whatsoever in the docks, I see, because I'll be walking on the beach.
There's still rocks, but yeah, there's a lot less cover. And it's not like you would have to be walking in the water. But yeah, it is a bit flatter. there are boulders and things like that. A lot of some things that appear to have fallen down either the hills or fallen off of the big overhang. But it is a lot flatter, and there's a lot less cover going in that way.
It's more of a case of, do I want to sneak into town, or do I want to? Well, I'm going to have to sneak into town because it raises a lot of questions if I just walk. It's like, where did you come from?
I imagine while he's off doing all this, the rest of us are just hanging out at camp, making s'mores and stuff.
Wow, if you think you got smalls, then you're doing well. And
Sun Fayun leading you in a rousing row, row, row your boat style song that, for some reason, seems to be religious in tone.
yeah.
All right, so Lafdul, how do you want to approach the town?
Can I tell if the rocky village side is covered in a green hue? I guess it would be moss.
I mean, there's moss everywhere.
It's safe to assume there's moss there. Yeah, I'd be climbing down a sheer face, wouldn't I? All.
No, it's just rockier, hillier, and there would be more. There's more climbing, but not like climbing sheer faces. It's just more like climbing over rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I go that way.
Okay. Okay, are you taking any special precautions?
I'm just looking at one of my spells because I have memorized camouflage, but I have to move incredibly slow. I move at like 1/3 my speed or something.
And how long does that last?
About an hour.
Oh.
But if I'm walking slower, it would wear out before then.
Well, it depends on where you cast it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
I mean, you wouldn't have to cast it right when you're leaving Finn.
Problem is when I'm, because it says I have to be surreptitious in my movement, as in skulking and that. Would I know if my spell would break if I'm using that approach? If I were to camouflage my way in?
The hillside approach or the
hillside?
No, you don't think it would break the... And I don't think it would... Does it say that it would break the spell if you're not doing that, or would it just not work?
It's basically, if you're not being sneaky, then it breaks.
And it ends the spell. It says that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you make the point... If you say that you're trying to sneak down that way...
Maintain the spell.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. It should be fine. I will go that way, and I will probably use camouflage as I get closer.
Okay. That will... I will say that will... take a bit longer because you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll probably end up being about 2 hours rather than 1 hour to get into town. Doing that, maybe an hour and a half, something like that instead. You happy with that?
Get more hit points. Yeah, I get more hit points back. I'm not going to be Finnel's going to be long gone, so that's no longer relevant.
All right, so that is what, 9 hit points that you'll recover?
9.
Yep.
Why 9?
An
hour and a half, you said.
Hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So
9.
9. Okay.
30.
All right. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're not just striding into the town, into the port. You're going to go down. You're being sneaky, and as you're getting closer, you're going to be like waiting, observing, trying to get a feel for what's going on.
I'm seeing what people are dressed as. See if I can just pose off as like a sailor, I guess, of some kind.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So what we'll do is I'll describe what you're seeing, and then actually getting to the town will be what happens next time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what you are seeing is There's a pretty good number of minotaurs here. You can see them moving about, working at some of the small shops that are there, acting as dock workers, that sort of thing. They're hard to say the exact percentages, but you'd say maybe 40%, roughly, minotaurs.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and pass up as a Minotaur because they
Well,
probably
yes.
speak their own language.
There's a pretty good number of humans, and you see some others that you think are dwarves, and
Thing is,
maybe
elves
some
going to stick out.
hobgoblins and goblins as well.
Oh.
And there's probably some others, but that's just what you're seeing moving about as you're approaching the town. In terms of clothing, it's a huge variety of clothing on all the people. What are you currently wearing as your normal clothing?
I'd be in my leather armor, wouldn't I?
Okay.
It's blackened leather armor.
Okay.
Yes,
you would
cloak.
say-
That says, "I am not a thief."
You have a cloak?
Yeah, I've got a cloak.
What color is it?
I guess beigey ashen 8 beige.
Not like black or
It's-
dark.
I don't
Dark
know
gray?
if I could have got it dyed. I mean, I would have dyed it black and bought a black one if I could.
I mean, if you would have
Obviously
wanted
all my
black,
equipment.
if you
Yeah.
would have wanted black, then you could have had black.
Yeah, I would have black then.
Uh,
Because my
you don't think that would really stand out in, not so much because other people are wearing that, but just because it's not flashy, it's not unusual, it's not odd. You wouldn't. This outfit wouldn't match you up with the sailors that you're seeing.
well, no, I could use my hat of disguise, but
Well, I'm giving you the information about what your
Mm.
normal stuff would look like, so you can make a decision. You don't think that it would be like it would stand out that people would look at your clothing and be like, "Why are you wearing that?" kind of thing. But at the same time, you do believe that if in that outfit you were to go in and just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just a sailor," that would probably be suspicious.
yeah.
So
Are there any women, children at all? Is
Yes.
this literally
Yes,
like
there are.
all?
there are.
So they're families here.
But you can tell that this is a pretty rowdy place. You see at least one building that you think is a tavern, and you can kind of hear sounds from it that are taverny, and
Mhm.
people are frequently going in and out. There's occasionally a fist fight in the street as you're coming in. Not so much that it's leading to a big drag out fight kind of thing, but definitely some
Someone gets knocked out, kicked off, left on
Yeah.
the floor.
that might happen. Yeah.
But they're not just killing them; they're just knocking them out.
Well, you're not sure. I mean, like you're not close enough to get a good feel for that, but
Yeah.
it is a rowdy town. You can
Doesn't
tell
look
that.
like there's any guards that are.
There are guards of some sort, and they're definitely minotaurs. But you'd guess that they're more. It's not so much that they're town guards as they are the muscle for the
muscle.
guy running the town.
Yeah.
The guys who will break your ankles if you decide to mess with the captains around here.
So you would say
That's
that,
fair.
like, a lot of what you're doing is you're seeing this and extrapolating based on what you have heard or seen in the past in other places. So you'd guess that this is probably run by a guy who just he's the guy who's been able to
The local, well, king.
he's been able to kick the butts of anyone who's challenged his authority, and has enough paid muscle that it would take more paid muscle to replace him, kind of thing. And laws are you'd guess more along the lines of whatever the heck he says is what goes.
Yeah.
So like and you're pretty sure that all the quote-unquote guards, they're not uniformed, but they're all Minotaurs.
Basically, don't piss anyone off.
I mean, that's oftentimes a good idea. You can see a couple buildings that you think are shops as well. So
Yeah, but Lafdul managed to run away from lots of gift before.
Yeah, wow.
You can run through the middle of a wilderness with a load of minotaurs chasing you.
That's why I reserved my invisibility and these are like my I need to escape spells.
Yeah. And
you'd
guess that there's probably between 150 and 250 adult individuals in this town.
Yeah, that's quite populous.
Time to get new holy symbol, Lafdul.
Yeah, well, he will do. I like the way everyone's telling me to get a new holy symbol apart from the character himself.
One last thing, there is a damselfly and a galleon in port right now.
Is there any distinctive markings about them?
You're not close enough to see them. The buildings are blocking the way. If you'd come in the other way, down by the shore, would have gotten a better view. All right. Do you have any last-minute questions before we wrap up?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
after we just be thinking about who he's going to try and pose as. He's not sure if he's going to pose as one of the kids because he doesn't know how many kids there are.
Well, you could use your hat to become human height.
Yeah, kind of like a human
so.
child or something.
Well, but I mean, you wouldn't have to look like a child.
No, but
so here's the thing.
Too many questions.
Right, but here's the thing. Like, what I would recommend for next week, and this is something that everyone else, you guys would have had a discussion beforehand. You kind of want to figure out what kind of information you want to get.
Yeah, we went through some questions.
And
as a child, you would be very limited on what people would tell you.
Think about what ways you can get that information and who would be the least suspicious at getting that information. And that will lead you to, what you want to be. I will say this. This does not look like the type of place that would take kids seriously. So if you're a kid asking questions, you think it's more likely to be a, get out of here, runt, kick to the butt.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
But if you ask other kids and say, any funny, I saw that ship the other day. And maybe they'll say, I saw that ship.
The other kids might go, who are you?
Yeah, kids tend to know each other.
Yeah, the kids are like, give me your lunch money, nerd.
So it's the kind of thing that you want to think about.
Will be able to handle himself.
It's the thing that you want to think about for next week as you decide what you want to do going in. There may be elves in town. It's hard to say. You're just seeing some people who.
Considering the hobgoblins, they don't like elves.
Side. Well, there's also goblins too.
Yeah.
And there are also dwarves. Not many. You'd say that between the Minotaurs and the humans, the humans are gonna include half-elves and elves. When I say humans, you're looking at 70 to 80% of what you can tell from the population.
Would Lafdul actually be able to recognize a Kender?
Probably not. As a Kender,
he would most likely mistake it.
I might think they might be a halfling.
Yeah.
No, you would not mistake it for a halfling. You would not mistake a Kender for a halfling.
You could find.
What, did they not have the same furry feet?
No, and they have very different body shapes.
You could go looking for one of the eggs they hatch out of.
Kender hatch from eggs?
Yeah, have you not heard of a Kender surprise egg?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I saw that coming. I saw that coming, and I was just like, "Yep, here comes the wall." So
that's what you get for not wrapping the stream up before I got the joke in.
Apparently so.
God damn you.
So yes, think about and I'm fine with other people suggesting things. Just remember, it is going to be Lafdul's choice. if you have ideas on how to get the information. But again, like, it's not just the questions that you ask, but specifically, like, what information do you want out of this trip? And what do you think is going to be the best way to get that? It may not just be asking questions.
It's time for Lafdul to prove why he's the best thief in all of Brawl.
Well, I'd be a guild master for walls.
And you don't spend enough time. You don't spend enough time in Brawl to make yourself a guild master. You're just more skilled than most of them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
I'm technically almost a master thief when I hit level 10.
In terms of experience points, we are looking at 1,090 for Braxon and Ockar.
That's a lot.
1,000 for Solas. 1,100 for Leva. For Finn, this is going to be 1,175. And for Lafdul, that is...
How much does Lafdul deserve?
No, sorry. Finn. Finn, that was actually going to be 2,075. I'm sorry. And Lafdul, that is 1,275.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm assuming no one's going up a level.
Nope.
Yeah, even close.
Not this time.
All right. So, when we come back next week, Lafdul will be heading into the smuggler pirate port of Black Hills on New Atari.
Nice.
And we'll see what information he can find there. Hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys all next week. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone out there for watching.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game. Thanks for everyone watching.
Thanks for the game. Thanks everyone watching.
And thanks to Ockar. Thanks to Ockar for feeding me the line.
Terrible.
Thanks for the critical hit that may have saved my life. I don't know.
I should mention that daylight savings time for the U.S. is starting tonight. So next week, for those of you outside of the U.S. and probably Canada and maybe some other places, but primarily like Europe and stuff, we will be starting, I believe, 1 hour earlier.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
I'll be eating a pizza earlier.
I'll go through and double check my Twitch page, see if I've got the schedule, see if that works and shows up.
It should automatically change things.
Yeah, it should. That's the thing that I'm going to double check.
At the moment, you won't see from my time zone, but it converts your shows into my time.
Yeah,
which is so much better than the way it used to be.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I'll just be talking to some people to find out how it shows up. Anyway, thanks for playing, everyone. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week.